I'll start with the moment everything tilted. The family dinner where my parents cornered me with smiles too polished to be sincere. My fork was still in midair when my mother said it, light as if discussing the weather. Your brother and the kids will move in with you, just until he gets back on his feet. The words landed like a verdict. Everyone watched me, the silent, dependable one, waiting for obedience. I didn't blink. I didn't argue. I didn't even put the fork down. I just swallowed my food and the betrayal along with it. They mistook my silence for acceptance. They always did. People think betrayal happens in sharp, dramatic strokes. But in my family, it came as a lifetime of small cuts, dressed as care. My brother, Daniel, golden child, permanent disaster. Every mistake forgiven. Every mess excused. Every burden passed to me. When we were kids, he'd break something, point at me, and my parents would scold first, ask questions never. I learned early. Truth doesn't matter when someone else has already been crowned innocent. Still, I played the part. I showed up. I helped. I held the pieces when Daniel shattered things. A quiet loyalty carved into me like a brand. And they took it as entitlement. The shift came slowly. First, the phone call I wasn't supposed to hear. My mother telling Daniel, "She won't say no. She never does." Then, the guilt-laced text from Daniel. "Thanks for doing this. I know it's a lot, but Mom said you're fine with it." My name, my home, my life, offered up like a spare room in their moral basement. The final piece came when my father casually asked if I'd remember to buy kids' cereal for my brother's children. That was when something inside me went still. Not broken, not bruised, just still. A dangerous kind of quiet. Shift in mindset. I didn't rage, didn't plead, didn't explain how I had paid for my house alone, maintained it alone, lived in it alone. Instead, I started planning. It began with a calendar, counting backwards from the day they said they would drop by with the first set of their things. For weeks, and in those 4 weeks, I made every move with surgical precision. No drama, no warnings, no explanations, just preparation. Execution of the plan. Step 1. Sell the house. Quietly, legally, efficiently. The market was perfect. The buyer was decisive. The paperwork was smooth. Not a whisper reached my family. Step 2. Pack. Not much. I travel light. A lifetime of being overlooked teaches you not to hold on to what others feel entitled to. Step 3. Find my new place. Smaller, quieter, hidden from expectation and obligation. A space that felt like mine simply because no one else was invited. Step 4. Wait. Patience is its own blade. The day came wrapped in sunshine, as if the universe wanted perfect lighting for the scene. I parked my car down the street and watched from the shade as their caravan rolled up. Daniel's beat-down SUV, my parents' van behind it, everyone smiling like they'd won something. They carried boxes, bags, a crib. They were halfway up the walkway before they noticed the sign on the lawn. Sold. I could see their confusion ripple, slow at first, then tightening. My mother stepped closer, squinting as if the word would change if she glared hard enough. My father tried the front door. It didn't open. Then Daniel spotted me. I stepped into the sunlight like a cue in a movie. Calm, steady, unshakable. He jogged toward me, children tugging at his sleeves, irritation already rising in his voice. "What is this? Some kind of joke?" I looked at him the way a surgeon looks at a tumor, clinical, detached. "I sold the house," I said. Silence clawed at the air. "What do you mean you sold it?" my mother snapped. "It means," I said softly, "that you made plans for my life without asking, and I made plans for my life without telling." My father's face reddened. "You should have told us. You should have asked," I replied. Daniel shook his head in disbelief, as if I were the irrational one. "So where are we supposed to go?" "That sounds like something you should have figured out," I said. "The same way I figured out my own future." My mother sputtered. "We thought you'd help family. That's what you do." "Not anymore." That was when it hit them, the unraveling of their narrative. The realization that the quiet one had stepped out of her assigned script. Their shock wasn't loud. It was slow, sinking, heavy, the kind of clarity that hurts. I turned, ready to leave, but Daniel called after me. You blindsided us. I paused just long enough to meet his eyes. Good. Now you know how it feels. I drove away while they were still standing on the lawn, surrounded by the debris of their assumptions. There was no guilt, no lingeringache, just a clean, sharp freedom I'd never tasted before. People assume revenge is fire, loud, consuming, but real revenge is cold, measured, a closed door where someone expected an open one. As I settled into my new home that night, I realized something. I hadn't just escaped them. I had reclaimed myself. And for the first time, the quiet inside me wasn't dangerous. It was peaceful.